Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another tarot energy update. I'm super happy that you might probably found your way back or you're new here, so welcome. I can't wait to read for you. I'm really excited. I think and I feel big things are at the moment in the field. We are between two eclipses. There was one on the 14th of March and we have a solar eclipse on the 29th of March. So yeah, the energies are potent. I said that in another video, we are in Venus retrograde, Mars retrograde, not Mars, Mercury retrograde. We had the astrological new year. So many things are shifting. New energy with a new astrological new year, as well as sort of with Venus retrograde. Some old things are coming up, but you know, that's life. We are always faced with opposites, good and bad, and good and bad if you want to perceive it as a bad, but I think you know what I mean. And let's see. I chose to bring the Keepers of the Light today with me to see as a significator card what you need to know. What's the energy for today? What's in store for us? And we have, how amazing, Mercury, open communication. So Mercury is like a divine messenger of the gods, and he's ruling the zodiac sign of Gemini and Virgo, which I am. I'm a Virgo. Get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. So in Mercury retrograde, people always say there is a possibility of miscommunication. There's a possibility of bringing things across in a way that others cannot understand, problems in communication, problems with communication devices like computers, phones, etc. But we will see what this is pointing towards. I want to have one of the Astro star cards. Because yesterday I think I had a feeling about what it is about we're talking. But today I'm I don't have a feeling yet. So let's see. What do we need to know today, right now? What's important for? First house, arrival, Aries energy, beautiful. So the first house is a lot about, I'll read it to you, about ourselves, our physical appearance, our space in the world. Let's see. So you're going to learn a little bit. The first house describes how you enter the world, your first impressions, and the birth of your journey of self-discovery. If your chart was a village map, the first house would be the gateway and information center. Planets in the first house are just about to rise over the eastern horizon, where the sun would be just before dawn. So we feel them strongly. So it could be that you have your Mercury in your first house, or your Mercury conjunct Mars, and I said Mars before. So there is an emphasis on speaking up, and also it says speak up with love and be heard, but with Aries coming fourth, or the first house, which is ruled by Mars and Aries, I feel like there's a strong impulse on speaking up and bringing forth a message. Let's see, you are challenged to see beyond the shallowness of appearance, see behind smoke screens, and take responsibility for how you are perceived. If you feel misunderstood, look for a misperception, yours or theirs, underneath any tension, and see what can be done to clear this lens. So there is something about communication. Maybe there was miscommunication happening actually, or you were too fiery in bringing across your standpoint, maybe there's a concept in business or maybe in your private life where you're like, but I know this is right, but I know I want this. And it brought some trouble. But let's see, we'll look into it with the tarot. And we'll see. And there's the card of the first house has the number 39. So 3 is the number of communication, expression, creative expression. And 9 is sort of like coming to an end. Something is finishing, and also the number of humanitarian causes. So you might have communicated a concept, a new concept, in your closest surrounding or in business. Sorry, there's like not a chainsaw, but a saw in the background, and it's like making a lot of noise. So you might have communicated something which the other person didn't like, or they could not yet even be able to understand what you're talking about. There could be. So you have access to something, to sort of a higher knowledge, and you want to bring that into the world. You want to bring that forth, and you're so passionate about it. Like it is you. Like it is your purpose. It is what you want to bring forth. You want people to understand. You know that this can help people. You know that this is a new way of thinking, and as you are sort of very fierce when you're convinced about something, you might have ruffled some feathers in others. But we'll see, as I said. So let's see. Spirit, what do we need to know about this situation with Mercury in the first house? What do you want to tell us about this? I love it. Oh, yes. Okay, so the first card is the Six of Cups. It's a card of memory, childhood, it's a card of friendship, it's a card of actually genuine love and turning towards somebody you dearly care about, handing over a cup of your feelings, So it's actually a beautiful card. And it could speak about that what is happening right now is in your closest surroundings. Could be with friends, with siblings, with a person that is really, really dear to you. Because then the next card, and it's so like Mercury, is the King of Swords. So as I said, the swords are the suit which is connected to thoughts, to the element of air, which is connected to all things mind, mental, thinking. So you might have talked about something and shared a concept in a fierce way and very clearly without taking the time to maybe understand the other person. And with this, I feel like maybe the other person now feels smaller than you. They feel like, oh, you're the know-it-all. You know everything always best. You come with your understanding of the world, but you don't really listen. It could be family stuff I'm getting. I feel like you might learn about yoga, breath work, and all of this stuff, about new concepts of thinking, metaphysics, and you try to speak with somebody about it, and you're like, I know it works, I know how it needs to be done. But this other person is not there yet. And you might have caused some pain in their heart. They feel not heard. They feel you sort of, I said that to my friend the other day, like when you sort of roll over somebody, we say that not in Germany, but you're like a tank. And you have your mission, and you're like, this is my mission. I know this is the right thing. I know what is good for you. Just listen to me. And it's tying in with what I listened to. I listened to Bob Proctor this morning to my second module of Thinking into Results, and he said, oh, was it Bob? Or was it Earl Nightingale? I think it was Earl Nightingale, actually. And he said, no, sorry, it was another book. It was The Science of Getting Rich. And he said, you don't know what is good for another. You don't know the course of life. You can only share from your perspective, and you can share what helped you. But it is always, you can hand over a cup, but you cannot force the other person to take the cup if they don't want it. And this is what you need to learn here. That's what I'm getting. You can share, and you can even share passionately about it. And I understand you, because I'm the same. You can share passionately about it, what you've learned, what you believe now, your new course of action, but allow the other person to be where they are at, and not force them to now start to believe what you believe. Because that's dogmatic, and that's forcing somebody. And it's like you put yourself on sort of like looking down on them, because you think you found something and they are not yet aware of, and it's a lot to do with spiritual ego, or with ego in general. Let's say like this. It's with ego in general, because this situation can also be about, I don't know, about finances. You just you learned about ETFs, I think, or about Bitcoin, and you come home and you're like, now I can do all of your finances. Give me your money and I'm gonna distribute it into the different coins, whatever. Or it is about anything. You learned a new way of cooking, and you come home and tell your mom now she needs to be cooking. And you're like, I know this is gonna be better, and la 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 la. And with your fierce clarity and mental processing, you hurt somebody along the way. Yay, fierce communication. I see that here with the Aries. And you have something look at this, like how there's like Mercury having these wings behind, and the deer having sort of his antlers. That's really powerful. So you are guided. What do you believe? It is valuable, and I don't want you to stop believing in it. But don't force anyone else to believe. That's not gonna have a good outcome for you or the other person, because we are all on our own journey. Oh, I love it. Okay, and look who came out. The teacher, the Hierophant. The one, it's sort of distributed by the Pope. I believe it's the Pope. And you know how church tends to preach, and that's why I never like to go to church so much. And I know in the early stages, and still yesterday I had a telephone conversation with my mom about something in her life, and I said, you have to do it like that, da 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 da. And I was like, no, Verena, it's her choice, it's her body, it's her decision, and it's her direction and trajectory of life. So I cannot force somebody to believe only because I believe it could work in a different way. So take the knowledge you have of what you've learned and still put it out there. Make up a YouTube channel, or like whatever. Maybe you're a teacher. Guide some people, but look for the ones who are actually interested to listen to this knowledge, and not the ones who actually don't want, because also for yourself, when we have all this inspiration and excitement about something we believe in and we learn, and we bring it to the wrong people, it feels like after a while, now my eye is itchy, after a while it feels like, because it's discouraging, because they won't believe it, they won't see the same things you can see. So look for the people who can see it, or who are at the beginning stages of seeing it and wanting to learn more. Because there's the Three of Wands, there are new experiences ahead. So you might take this concept, it's underneath the King of Swords, you might take this concept outside of where you're at, outside of your home, outside of your country, outside somewhere else, because you're looking sort of into the land, and you have new inspiration, and you feel like this, whatever you hold there, that concept of yours has a lot of potential to actually be very, very successful. Yeah, I feel that. And then there's the Ace of Cups. So and it lined up under the Three of Swords. What does this want to tell us? Give me a second. So I feel that you're super guided right now, like with the dove. It's sort of representative of the spirit. Then we have the lotus down here, you know. The lotus is also a symbol of wisdom. So you hold the wisdom and connect to your heart more than your mind. Yeah, bring that knowledge of yours from your mind space into your heart space. And in a sense, like what I wrote a post about in the morning, embody it. Don't just let it hang around here without acting upon it, being what you sort of teach or preach yourself. Because I experienced in my life, in the life of my clients, that once we live by what we believe in, people will naturally be inspired. People who want the same will gravitate towards you. They want to learn from you because they see that you live it. You know, they see that you are the embodiment of it. And yeah, that's what I really, really feel. Follow your heart. There is a beautiful, and I want to get a clarifier with the Ace of Swords. And please, can you clarify? What is this? Yes, we got the Six of Coins. We have the scale here. What I also get, start to be generous with you, with your feelings, with who you are, share who you are, share what you believe in, actually the same concept, but not from a position where you are above another. It's about coming on the same level as the people you want to serve and support, and that will bring you a lot of satisfaction internally and a lot of gratitude from the people around you. I see twice these cards where you sort of, I see that as you are handing over something to others. And first you're displayed as a child, so you're in the early stages of really understanding your gifts and what you hold. But through this process also of not reacting, of not forcing somebody to believe what you believe and making people sort of bow to you like a guru, or somebody who, you know, these people who all know it best all the time. You will be growing up into somebody people respect and people turn to for asking for help, asking for support, and you can give to them. And that might be in support in form of money, in form of knowledge, in form of, I don't know, helping them in any way. And you will get a lot of fulfillment from that. Yeah, you sort of, what I see here is like God gives you everything so you can share it with the people. And that's actually why we're here for. God gives us knowledge, God gives us skills, gifts. So there's this thing coming to mind. Oh my God. It's sort of, we develop a gift, so then it's such a beauty, I should have screenshotted it. So we're able to give it away. Yeah, we get something, so be able to give it away, to inspire others, to create belief in somebody else that they can do it too, whatever is their heart's desire. Oh, wow. So I feel I want to have another card of the Woodland Wardens. If you have any questions, write a comment down below once I posted it. You can also book a reading with me if you want to have deeper insights. My readings are really, really powerful. They bring insight, clarity, and a lot of joy. And people, whenever they leave, they're like, wow, I now have, like, it's so beautiful because they are full. They're full of life, they're full of inspiration, they're full of excitement, and they're full of belief in themselves that they can do whatever they want to do. And this is what actually why I read, because I'm an extension of God. Whatever comes through in my readings is coming from a higher realm. You know, many times it's not me speaking. I just get the message and I bring it forth to you, so you see yourself again, your options and what's possible for you. So if you feel called to get a reading, just send me a message. And let's see what else is there. Yes. Oh, it's the Hound and Pair, and it's beautiful because it reminds me it's loyalty, and this is a card of loyalty. So whatever happened between you and these people, might be sister, brother, uncle, auntie, mom, dad, it will sort of turn around, you know, because there's a deep love and connection between you guys, and whatever happened, it can't break that. So let's see, loyalty. Excuse me, these cards are still like, they have the Roman numbers. This should be, okay. The Hound is the ultimate symbol of loyalty and friendship. Stories, and this is really also a card of, like, you know, could be a school, like a friend from school. And Mercury rules the third house, which is our early upbringing, the times when we are at school, our neighborhood. So it could very well be that all of this had to do with a friend from, you know, from your early childhood. And stories abound in folklore and throughout history of dogs protecting their companions, saving children, and alerting their masters of danger. The legend of Saint Ginefort is one of such a story. This 13th century French greyhound saved his owner's infant son from an attack by a viper. When the owner came upon the scene, he found Ginefort with bloody jaws, sitting beside the empty cradle. Believing the hound to be the murderer, the owner killed him. Only later, when he heard his son's cries and discovered him beneath the cradle next to the dead snake, did he realize the tragic mistake. Like the faithful hound, the pair is a symbol of care and affection. Often given as a gift, it is sweet but easily bruised, requiring tenderness from its handler. Upright, a friendship is flourishing. Your kindness and loyalty have been noted, and a friend appreciates you. Reverse, I want to read the reverse because I believe it's sort of a reverse situation here. You may be harshly or irrationally judging the closest to you. While you might feel undeserving of kindness or friendship, this life is too difficult to face alone. Accept companionship and avoid lashing out to those who care for you. Am I loyal to my friends? Is the question. How can I improve my friendships so that my companions feel loved and appreciated? I think it's very clear. So there was a situation of miscommunication, of in friendships, or like neighbors and people who are actually dear to you. And with this, it's coming around, so you can basically come back together. Trust that this will be solving itself in the most beautiful way, and learn to communicate in a way where you appreciate where the other is at. That's what I have for you today. And thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope this reading helped you out, and thanks so much for watching, and I see you soon. Bye bye.